What are we doing?
All right, so what we're going to talk about here is slipping shots and like what the right step footwork drill is about. So I'm going to try to make sure I stay in the frame here. I'm framing myself in between a couple things so that I can see where I'm at. Basically, yeah, between the tables is good. So basically remember, the footwork drill is all about I'm stepping in, I'm stepping right, in, right. All right, now, what's the practical application of that? That's the big question, right? So first, before I even talk about any shots, we're going to talk about what it's good for defense. Because defense first, defense wins championships. So if Noah presses into me, right, throws, and I slip off, that's a good thing. It's very hard for him to land anything from this angle. My stuff's there. Alternatively, if Noah presses into me and I just go straight backwards, go ahead. It's much easier. That shot is much easier than if he throws that same shot and I step off. Right? There's nothing there. All I did was take one different step. And a lot of amp guard doesn't do that yet. So that's what the point of that drill was. That step to the right is huge. It can be a step to the left as well. We can do the same thing. If he comes in and I step left, right, I block there, I have responses. These kind of move off center line. I prefer right, but it doesn't always have to be right. There are reasons to go right. There are reasons to go left. Now, we talked a little bit about, obviously, it's good for defense. You're going to block that shot, throw an ass wrap. You're going to block that shot, right? Even if he takes a really deep step and big, you get his ass wrapped, right? My whole angle's changed. That shot has no possibility of landing. That's what stepping right is about. Stepping left there is still going to cut off the angle. So if I step left and he pushes the ass wrap, yeah. If I step left, still my board's there. It's going to be very difficult for me to get around it, right? Alternatively, if I stand still or if I go straight backwards, it's there all day long, right? So again, that's why I keep telling you guys to move your feet. Why I say footwork makes the dream work is because it really does. We're not making it up. All right, so that's defense. Remember too, we're invoking that response. We want them to come in. We want them to throw those shots he was just throwing. We're defending them by stepping either one direction or the other, right? So when I do stuff like this, and I invoke a response, I push it in, I drop. Okay, now we're in this situation. Now the question is what to do. So we're going to go real slow. He steps in, I step off to the right. Okay, here we have a couple of opportunities. There are a couple things you can do. What I first recommend is kind of pivoting right here. First, I don't recommend this. I don't like that. That's not what I'm talking about. So the shot I'm about to throw, it's not this. You know, some people will throw up in an arm and whatever. I like to kill on the first thing. So we're going to rotate our shield a little bit. We're going to punch down our board, pop off. And look at how he slid even further off that way for his counter, right? So again, real slow, he pushes in, I step off right, we get up in this situation. I have all kinds of options here, but the best one, you can go shoulder, but say he brings his board up, which is likely what's going to happen, right? Drop your knees, here, right around, boom. Disarm, whatever. That's what you do. That's one of the reasons you step right. Okay, another option, again, we'll go real slow. He presses in, I step off right, okay? More than likely if he's pressing, he's gonna continue that momentum, right? So I'm gonna do something a little tricky here, not for you, for him, and I'm gonna take my lead foot and I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna leave my right foot behind. So he's gonna press in, I switch this foot, the angle's changed, right? I'm blocking everything he's going to throw over here, which is where he's throwing, and giving myself all kinds of opportunities on this side. All you have to do is change your lead foot. So again, really slow, he presses in, I step off right, he continues to press, I switch lead. Now I have this, right? This one's not so good anymore. You can't get to that hip as well because you switched. You really need steps with that hip shot. When I did that hip shot, I slid off. I didn't have that step because now my right foot's forward. So that's important to know, like what you can throw from which situation. All right, so real quick again, we'll go through both options, real slow. He presses in, I step off right. He can, from here, I can throw right at that hip. Look at that, because I'm at a good angle for it. And note, I'm taking everything out of the way so you can see. This was the angle I started at. I stepped with this foot to get over here. Try not to hit your balls. And like I end up kind of on this side with my shield blocking my arm. I can pull out if I miss or he blocks, and I'm back up here. And again, I'm in an advantageous position because I'm way off center from him and he's going to be chasing. All right, that's one option. There's more than just these two, but I wanted to cover two for you guys. So the other one here, he presses, I step off right, he continues to press, I change lead, and go right over, boom. Look, I didn't have to close any distance, he closed the distance for me. I let him do all the work. I step back right once, step back left once, go over, right?